Greetings, everybody. I'm Virginia Palmer, Dr. V, evolutionary astrologer, Lemurian dreamer, transformer, and shall we say, adventurer into the unknown. More about that later. I am so excited to talk to you today and the rest of this week about Lemuria and the Lemurian dreamers. We've been building up to this. So I'll put that on hold for just a moment to tell you the astrological overview of this week, as we're in the week in between the new moon last week and the full moon that's going to be on June 21st, right in the middle of the summer solstice. So we are preparing for that event. It's going to be huge, and part of it is going to be meeting the Lemurian dreamers. In the meantime, astrologically, it's still Gemini, 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 and this week, Saturn in Pisces is going to be squaring all those planets in Gemini. The Sun and Venus and Mercury and Jupiter. But remember, we are evolving in our astrology, and the square is, and Saturn square, which is used to be, oh my God, is opportunities for growth and for new platforms of power. So Saturn being in Pisces, which is the final sign, so to speak, and the completion and the most spiritual, it just letting you know that, and you consciously looking in each of these areas or your whole life really, and where you can be in higher alignment with yourself and that valued self-love, with a connection to your soul and your guides and your teachers and all the unknown that will always be unknown. That's the great mystery. What you know is what you know, but you bring it up from the unconscious and the subconscious to be known, and then there's always more. So enjoy this astrological week of knowing that you're aligning into more of who you are and always are becoming. That's another unknown. It just keeps going. It never ends. That's the exciting good news. So with that, let's move on to Lemuria. And I first want to acknowledge and say, I think I've told most of you about Lazaris. Lazaris is a multidimensional consciousness that's been channeling through Jack Purcell for 50 years. And I first discovered Lazaris years ago at a retreat here in Austin, and I heard the voice and went, oh, who is that? Lazaris. So Lazaris has never been physical. I've known lots of channels. They're all great. But Lazaris is, well, let's put it this way. After going back and forth to Lazaris seminars in LA and, well, Atlanta and San Francisco, all around, that's why I moved to LA/Santa Monica, to be in close proximity. And that's where I lived for 15 years, right on the ocean in Santa Monica. So and I've learned so much of what I know from Lazaris, and especially about Lemuria and the Lemurian dreamers. So Atlantis is called the lost civilization. It's lost. There's remnants of it that's found. And Lazar says that Lemuria is what our imagination forgot, the forgotten continent, the forgotten civilization of Lemuria. Well, we're remembering Lemuria. In fact, there is a music that I'll play in a bit called Lazaris Remembers Lemuria. So here's the Lemurian story, legend, coming from the unknown to the known at this time. Lemuria was the very first civilization on planet Earth for humans. And they were got all the beings, the light beings from to put together that go the human being from the human animal. That's when we got up from all fours to two legs. And this refinement, this more than refinement, the orchestration of the human being was made originally in Lemuria, and then it was really good, and we for thousands of years, I think it's about 30,000 years, did live the human experience, evolved, showed how it can be. It was a very loving place. And so when the experiment, was complete, yes, this can work down here on planet Earth. About 90% of the Lemurians, the advanced ones, well, we were always given a choice, as we are given always a choice. Went on, that 90% went on to higher realms. 10% of us, that includes all of us, said, okay, we'll stay in this realm. We'll stay on planet Earth and sow the seeds of the highest form of human beings that are spiritual beings in human form. For that's who and what we are. So we said, okay, we got this ticket and we'll ride this. So from there, Atlantis, there's 3 different continents, and then our modern history. Those are more stories to come later. I want to talk about Lemuria. So Lemuria was just a beautiful, divine place. There's remnants of it, I think, on the California coast and Hawaii and various places, but it's really an energy, a resonance that is within us, and certainly within our dreams and within our meditations, and then with the experiences, with the seminars with Lazaris. Went to Lemuria numerous times in 3-day or 4-day seminars. So there was the keeper of the flames, the teachers, the healers, the manifestors, and the ultimate, like we might say, the highest consciousness or spiritual beings in Lemuria were the Lemurian dreamers. And of course, there were the dreamer apprentice and so forth, but there was one Lemurian dreamer, many Lemurian dreamers, but there was the dreamers. And the dreamers dreamed the reality, bringing from the unknown to the known. Now, it's pretty astounding to think, wow, it's a dream. I know years ago here in Austin, even before moving to LA, and did everything spiritual that you could imagine, and then some, as I've told my friends in LA, there's nothing you're doing out here that I hadn't already done in Austin. This was in the late 70s and 80s. So, and I remember one of the first things that I kept hearing, this is a dream. We're waking up from this dream of this reality, this physical reality, to new dreams. And we've all been doing this in our own ways, in many different ways, the 1,000 or more different pathways, whatever resonates, going to the same never-ending place of evolution and higher realms of consciousness. So the dreamers would dream dreams for people, and especially the most prominent time, or the most exciting and ritualistic times, were the equinoxes and solstice times. And the Lemurians would, these festivals would last about 3 weeks for the equinox and solstice. And people would plan maybe a couple years ahead of which one they were going to. And one of the, and they'd gather, and music and poetry and dancing, and the keepers of this and the keepers of that, and a lot of sharing, lots of joy and love. And that's when you would have an opportunity to see the Lemurian dreamers and the Lemurian dreamer, and give or ask for a dream to be dreamed for you. So it was quite an honor, and quite joyful. So backing up maybe almost 30 years ago, well, my first experience at a Lazaris seminar is going to Lemuria and hearing all this information, and learning the main ritual and several other rituals for asking for a dream. I went home that night, I'm doing the tapping because that's part of it, asked for a dream, and I got it immediately. That started the whole, like, oh my gosh. Then I dreamed, and I kept getting the dreams I'd asked for. And then I knew that Lemurian dreamers could dream dreams for others. I dreamed a dream for someone, a friend of mine, and got that. So I've been doing this for 30 years now, and had many dream groups. I am going to have a dream shop. I thought I would do it at this time, but really I need to wait till the fall because of travel plans. And you can also contact me if you get a group of 4. I'll teach these rituals and techniques to you. In the meantime, I am going to introduce you to the Lemurian dreamers, to the dream team. There's the dream weaver, the dream tenders, the dream keeper. There's a dream stealer that will take your dream that you no longer need, that's clogging up your pipeline. There's your personal Lemurian dreamer, and the mysterious other. So I'll take you on a dream journey in a couple of days to meet them officially, as we prepare for next week with the Lemurian dreamers in the summer solstice season, which there is a 7-day cycle of the solstice. Again, back to Lemuria, or up to Lemuria, or forward to Lemuria, because the dream is awakening now. That's what we've been doing all these years, waking up to this dream of who we really are and always becoming. So the 7-day cycle, which really will begin on Monday, 3 days before the solstice, releasing old patterns, old problems, old emotions, clearing the way for the new energy that comes in the solstice, where you give new energy to ongoing projects or new projects. Then the 3 days afterwards, stating and restating your personal global dreams, your dreams and expectations for the next 3 months till the fall equinox. And then the final day is the ongoing dreams, the quote unquote impossible dreams, that the resonance that we hold of the ongoing, let's say, unconditional love and world peace. That's a pretty good ongoing dream. That resonance always is out there working. So I'll take you through with a journey for the journey of release, and then the journey of infusion, and then future. We'll do that next week. So I know with this energy now of Saturn and the squares, it's going to be bringing some stuff up, but just knowing it's time for that releasing. The summer solstice energy will take it away. especially when we're working consciously or dreaming consciously, like we're going to be what we are doing. And so more of that unknown becomes known in our dream state during the night and our dream state during the day. So we have so much to look forward to. And definitely, I'll see you in our dreams. We're dreaming more and more together. All right. Sweet dreams.